Hey everybody, Rorree here. We're in another part of this story time I Am ISIS series, and I am just sharing some of my journey to let you all know that I have had a really human experience. And I would wonder sometimes, if I'm the incarnation of ISIS, why did I have this journey? But when I was having this experience that I'm sharing right now, I did not know that I was the incarnation of ISIS at that time. And even if I did know, I don't know what difference it would have made. So anyway, let's continue with this crazy story. All right, so now he's in therapy, he's changing for the better. And that was great for him, because I tried to encourage him to not be in therapy to save our business partnership, because I'm not interested anymore. Be in therapy to help yourself. And whether he was or not, whether those were his motives or not, that's on him. It wasn't on me. I made myself very clear about my desires to dissolve the partnership when I was ready. And so, let's see. How did this end? This partnership, let me see. I'm trying to think where to go with this part of the story. Because several pieces of a story popped into my head. All right, so at one point when I announced that now I'm officially leaving, I announced I'm leaving now to everybody. And people were devastated. People were scared because there was a balance in the business. There was yin and yang. And there was Rorree, and then there was him. And they knew that without me, something would be missing. And for the time period, for that year or so, when he knew I was leaving, he was trying to replace me. He was trying to find somebody who could fill my shoes, and he couldn't. And that's what he kept saying. I can't find anybody who's like you, Miss Tillman, And so, whatever. And that's because my name is Rorree. Why do you have to find somebody who's like me? You don't have to find somebody who's like me. Just find a good partner for yourself. And so, I remember this guy, he pulled me up outside. His name's Herbert. And he said, Miss Tillman, it's going to be sad to see you go. And he said, you are a light amongst darkness. I said, that's exactly how I feel. Exactly. Because there was so much darkness surrounding us. And I felt like I was the only light, and it was just too much work to keep it shining brightly. So I kind of would stay away. At one point, I just stayed away. And then because he was insecure, because my former business partner was insecure, he would have the women that I would coach. These are women that I coached and I mentored. He would have them spying on me. He would have them telling my secrets. He would have them rummaging through my office, looking through my notes, through my spiritual sessions that I would have, sharing my notes with him. It was awful. I was like, these women are just stupid. And I just prayed for them. And because they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know. This is how I felt at the time. I forgave them because I already knew they were being manipulated by him. And I even had a talk with some of them, and I said, I know what you did, and you really have to work on that, because what you sow, so shall you reap. And it wouldn't be nice to reap the things that you have sown towards me. So be careful of the things that you do to others. Be careful, And I just gave them words of wisdom. I did not hold a grudge. To this day, I still communicate with some of them. And I did not hold a grudge. I released it. I allowed it to, whatever. I prayed for you. Because you're allowing that fool to manipulate you, right? And so a part of me knew that things were going to fall apart once I left, but I didn't know how badly it was going to fall apart, and I didn't know how quickly it was going to fall apart and what it was going to look like. I had no idea it was going to go so bad after I left. So I'm going to close on that, and I'm going to tell y'all how it went in the next one.